All right, so I appreciate all of us being here tonight. Appreciate each one of you. We talked about it, right? This is Unlaced. We know what we do every morning, what y'all do in the field every day. You lace them up, you go to work. This is LIUNA. But, we established together when we had these conversations that, you are the story that makes LIUNA's story. LIUNA's story is not yours. It's yours that makes LIUNA. So when we talked about this, I felt it was important to create a platform that could share your stories. And yeah, social media is our platform today, right? It's how we reach people. It's the vessel. But this is bigger than likes, bigger than comments. It's for the person that needs to hear your story. Person needs to hear yours. Person needs to hear yours. The person needs to realize that the future is there. It doesn't matter what path you've taken, whether missteps, steps back, mistakes, like there's something bigger there. And so that's why I wanted to create this. That's why we talked about this. So again, I thank all of you for being willing, wanting to do this first episode. And so with that, introduce one another.
So thank you for putting this together, for coming up with an idea that I think we all do on a daily basis already, right? Mm-hmm. Because, we all know each other from touching in the field or things that we've been to together with LIUNA, and we know each other's story, and we don't, maybe not in depth, and we'll learn more about each other today and, how we got here, but I know we all tell our story when we're trying to reach new members, when you're doing your work with the females.
Absolutely.
And you're doing your work with your local, trying to help recruit and laborers rise and everything that we do in the apprenticeship and the local stuff. So I think this is important. And why is it important? It's not about us. It's about letting people know that we're like them. We were them. And sometimes that message gets lost when individuals see us in a different way. You show up somewhere dressed a certain way, and people don't understand that it's just an outfit. We aren't that different.
Right. Absolutely.
So, I'm Joe, and I appreciate you putting this together and having me here to be able to share my story and maybe reach one more person.
I'm Hector. I appreciate this, being a part of this. When you brought it to me, I thought it was a great idea, and just me getting more open to sharing I'm a person that keeps to myself a lot, so it's a good time to switch that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Private.
Yes, definitely private.
Just to elaborate, same. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely feel like there's so many more people out there that needs to hear this, that we need to reach out to or try to connect with or try to touch. So I'm with them when I say thank you for putting this together. I'm honored to be a part of the first show.
I was honored
That's
y'all
so dope.
accepted.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think the one thing we all have in common, right? And, we all might come from different locals, but the one thing that we all have in common, our paths may have similar cross paths, but we all appreciate, believe in, and love this union. I know I can say that without even needing you to tell me or you to tell me because of what it's done for us. So to be able to share that love and to be able to explain why we're here and what it means to us and how we got here, I mean, to me, it's an honor because...
To add to that, though, not just because what it done for us, but who we are. I feel like we're the most authentic. They can't get us in other trades. They don't get us. Look at us. Yeah.
Broke the mold.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before, and I've talked with Harry in car rides, and you've heard it in different speeches, but, I feel like we've taken a lot. I know me personally, I've taken a lot, and, that's why I love Rise. That's why I love being around all of y'all, because I feel like it's an opportunity to give back, right? So there's never too many classes, no local that's too far, we're going to get in the car, we're going to go, because that's my opportunity to give back, right? And that's why I was excited, because I know the people that the three of you are, and all of you express and through your actions want to give back. And you know, that's why this is the first group that, you know, had to set it off.
Okay, okay.
Appreciate
you go.
that. Appreciate
To
that.
us, to us.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I know your stories, all three of them, but I mean, a lot of people don't, right?
Hector, I don't know your story.
We could start. Born in Boston. My mom had me when she was 15. I'm the oldest of four, and it was tough. It was definitely tough. My sister came 3 years after me. Before that, bouncing around in and out of shelters and stuff like that. And probably when my sister was 4, we got our own place in Chelsea. Went to elementary there until about like 4th grade. Moved to Brockton, and that's where I spent like majority all the way to teenage years, stuff like that. Had 2 other siblings after my sister, and I was just like, because my mom was working hard, she did whatever she could, so I had to step in as the man of the house as a child. So it made me mature quicker, and yeah, that's,
You wrote your story.
yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Let's give it up for Mom Duke, so.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, people say I turned out fine, definitely when they find out. My mom was 15, but when they speak to me, they think like, yo, what? Like, you was raised by a baby. Like, but she's my best friend, and definitely an old soul. Like, that's all my credit goes to, like, hands down.
I'm sorry, can I ask the zodiac signs? I'm a weirdo when it comes to this stuff. What's your mom's
My mom's a
sign?
Gemini.
What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it for y'all. When's her birthday?
June 5th.
Shout out to the Gemini moms. You know,
What's your zodiac?
Gemini.
Gemini?
Yeah.
What
Yes.
day?
What's January?
Capricorn.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
January 26th.
Oh, you're a Scorpio.
No, not me, my mom.
Oh, your mom's
Trying to see what
Scorpio.
my mom is.
No.
I'm Scorpio, November.
That's like
No,
a
January.
Oh, wait, January.
That's Aquarius.
Yeah, that's Aquarius. I'm sorry.
Aquarius.
Aquarium?
Aquarius.
Yeah.
But they're strong as well, though. Aquarius women, they're strong.
What's March?
March when?
First.
Is that an Aries or a Pisces?
That's a Pisces.
It's my mom, dude.
That's your
Raised
mom?
5 kids, solo, dolo. She gets mad. So my mom's come to see. I was that kid.
Pisces are very passionate.
Listen, I was that kid.
Yeah.
Always in trouble. Everybody today has ADD. I was the kid that had it legit, and they didn't know what to do with it. Got thrown out of class because I'd get up and I was just couldn't sit still. And poor mom's had to deal with that while she was working 3 jobs. She had 5 kids, and she's trying to deal with me every day. The principal's calling, and this, and there's that, and this, and literally getting thrown out of schools because of, there was no dad. It was just Mom Dukes with 5 kids, and she's come to see me at some events since I've started, the second part of my career within LIUNA with the recruiting and the apprenticeship, and she gets mad when she hears me speak about, that we were homeless for a while.
My
And
mom's
she gets mad. I'm like,
my
hold
mom's
on a
the
minute.
Same way.
That's not mad. That's pride. You bought
Yeah.
a home by yourself for your
Yes.
kids at some point, and you made us who we were. If we didn't go through that, where would we be today? Who would we be today? We knew if you needed something and you wanted something, you had to go get it.
Yes.
And sometimes, when I was a kid, I went the wrong way about trying to go get it. And then it came to a point where you realized you had to go work to go get it.
Right.
So again, story,
Yeah.
different, but not that far off, right?
Right.
You had your rock was Mom. That's all I had to this day. I mean, my father lives probably a few miles up the street from my house, and my 17-year-old kids have seen maybe 3 times in their life. So, Mom Dukes, 100% put me and my siblings where we were, and, you know, I mean,
It's crazy because I'm the mother. Been in the shelter twice. First time it was my choice. Second time it was because the father was being abusive and wouldn't get the fuck out. And I don't believe in calling the police. That wasn't how I was raised. It was either call somebody to do something and then something be done to their father or get away. So the second time, DV shelter, but also because somebody was gonna kick in the door. And their father actually admitted to them, like, yo, if your mother didn't go into that shelter, she saved our lives, or y'all's. Because somebody was gonna kick in the door, either to tie them up, fucking the feds, excuse my language, oh man, but I'm that mom. So to hear y'all talk now, it's like, that's dope. So hopefully,
I'll bet you,
How many kids you have?
just two.
I'll bet you, I won't bet you, I
But my
know.
story was so crazy
Yeah.
that it was like I had freaking 10. But go ahead,
I
Joe,
know,
please.
just because of the person that you are, because of your passion, I can say 100%, and it's hopefully in this chair one day, under this, with the LIUNA on, that your kids will be sitting here telling that story that they probably tell right now every day. I could tell already, 100%, that the values that you have, the person that you are, in the conversations that you're willing to share with us, that you have with your kids, that, believe me, taking it from me, who was that kid? Who was that kid who watched
I
my
can
father
relate
beat
to
my
your
mother
mom.
up when I was a kid? I watched all that stuff. I lived that stuff. So I get it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I don't even have resentment towards my father at all. I have more appreciation for my mother. I use that energy instead of putting it in the negative. I take it over here and say, you know what? I know why I am where I am. And you focus on the negative stuff. Without that negative stuff, who knows where we would be.
So this is my thing now, right? When their father came home, I was like battling spiritually, and I was quite, man, their father came home to a wife, a house, new cars. I knew he would though, because it's his ambition that got him in trouble in the first place. But I battled with God, and I'm like, but how this work though? The last 13 years I've been doing this on my own. So how does this work? So just to hear you saying like you try to put it into good, you can only do that. Because if you live in bad, if you live in hatred, bitterness, it'll get you nowhere, it'll kill your spirit. And I actually kind of battled with that. Like I had to get to a point where I believed and had enough faith in God that he'll turn everything into good. And that was part of the conversation that me and my son was having on the way here. But to hear you talk about your mom and even you, it's like, oh, so this is what his future looks like. So it's like, oh, it's okay. That's still another way of saying it's okay.
Yeah. My mom dealt with that, not with my dad, but with my siblings' dad. I remember witnessing it and everything like that. We was in domestic shelters as well and stuff like that. So I know how that affects, and I can tell you how it affect me as a man, as a boy going to be a man. I had that issue with becoming violent when a man raised his voice at me, stuff like that. Like I couldn't take a leadership from a man. Only like a woman, yes.
I understand.
But a man, it was like a challenge. Like
Yeah.
you trying to challenge me, like I felt like I was a man young, stuff like that. So
You
I
wasn't being young.
definitely could hear my mom's story and your story 100%. And it's crazy. Yeah.
But that's even like with me in the field. When men get aggressive, like it does something to me. Like it works out for me though.
Yeah.
Because I'm a woman in a man's industry. But it does something. Like I just had a super. I just became a 4-person. And I was asked to be in a position a couple of years ago. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. I'm a single mother. But the super yelled and I'm like, all bets off. What's up?
Yeah.
But it's like that because I'm not doing that. I dealt with that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not going back to that.
Yeah.
And even like with me being overprotective of the women in the field, like y'all don't have to deal with nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and don't let none of the men force themselves on you in no type of way.
Yeah.
Not even sexually, aggressively, verbally. Like, it's just not.
No shot.
But
I'm a girl dad. I got
And I love
I got
girls.
4 daughters.
that means you're a good guy.
God bless you.
Next 2 days, my twins turn 17. I'll have 3 17-year-olds at home until for 3 weeks, and then my
Oh,
other
you have
daughter.
Irish twins.
Irish triplets.
Yes.
Irish triplets. And
Okay.
then my other daughter just turned 29 this last week. And then because of how blessed my mom, but because of how blessed this union has blessed me and shown me and made me a part of this community and made me be able to see the good in everyone and really understand where I came from, where I've made it, and the path I took, not the traditional path to get to where I am. And I know there's not a shot that I would be where I am without LIUNA. So besides my 4 kids, you see the little guy that's sitting over there. Little Nicky we have legal guardians of little Nicky. He's
that's
been living with us since he was 2 years old. And he's brought a whole new perspective on me living at home with my wife and 3 daughters. Now I got Nick, who's like my backup, and he's like little LIUNA Nick. He's all about it. He knows everything. He knows this. You can talk politics. You can get into it with him. You know, we see a TV commercial or something comes on, and you see the current president that comes on, and he turns around, he wants to shut the TV off. He's like, I don't want to watch him. I'm like, how come you don't like him? He goes,
That's right.
because he's trying to take away LIUNA. He's trying to take, so he knows.
He's
but-
ahead of his time.
But
Yeah.
again, listen, it's what we live. You know what? My kids, I don't keep secrets from my kids. A lot of the things that I did and the mistakes I've made, I don't try to hide a lot of it because I want them to try to learn from my mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to make their own mistakes and go through their stuff. In
I'm
life.
just learning to do that with my 15-year-old. She'll be 16 in November. Now I'm trying to tell her more.
November what?
November 19th.
I'm 11/11.
Okay.
Oh, Scorpio.
Scorpio. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just be trying to tell her more of, like when I tell her like with school and stuff, because sometimes she has a hard time with staying focused with school. And I try to tell her because you don't want to tell them and think like, oh, Dad, you're all right. We're doing okay. So you don't want to tell them like, I was terrible at school. I was a menace. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm just revealing a little bit at a time to let her know, like, hey, I'm trying to tell you this now so you don't have to find out the hard way like me.
So how do you feel you've changed as a father, as you've grown and they've grown? Because, right, the process is together.
Yeah.
You're tied. Like, it's not just us growing as parents. Our children are growing. They're finding new identities. They're morphing constantly, right? So you're growing together. So what's that been like for you? Like, what do you notice of yourself in that process?
I'm more understanding to like failings, because when you're raised a certain way, you kind of want to turn that off to survive. Like how, like the area I grew up in and stuff like that. So I'm starting to understand like certain actions comes from something else. Like it's a mental thing, or like, oh, I was feeling this way, that's why I did this and that. And that just came with like, I'm 35. I became a dad at 19. So that's just coming, this with experience and just going with it and just paying attention and just communicating. Communication's everything. Like we get so caught up in day-to-day stuff, our work, what we want to do. Oh, you guys do this, do that, so you can be good, successful, and stuff like that. But there's other different things hitting our children in school and stuff like that. Now with these phones and social media, so you got to take all that in account.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Joe outside, like, the 3 of y'all and a lot of other people in the same age group, like, I look up to all of y'all because I worked out my own things. I didn't have my first one till I was 38, right? Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'd be right here having this conversation if I had my first one in my 20s. And probably deep down, I knew that. And that's why it didn't happen, right? And so knowing my own process and going through all these things, the fact that y'all went through each of your own paths and journeys while raising children and got it right, that's...
I don't know if you want to call it got it right.
No, but it's right.
We did our best.
Trying to get it right.
But that's it, right? Because to me, you all said it, like, I had 2 dads walk out of my life before I was 8, right? So getting it right is still being there. And your children knowing that they're loved, they're cared for. The mistakes are going to happen on both ends. Your children are going to say they learned a lesson, they're going to do the same thing over. As a parent, you're going to keep learning, right? But if you hear and you're in their life and they know they're loved, you're getting it right. Getting it wrong is when you choose not to stick around, right?
So we was just talking about that in the car, and I was telling Nino, like, the 3 things I still have in this order is faith in God, the love and respect of my 2 children, and my career. Like, those are the 3 things. And whether it's right or wrong, whether I lived to whose perspective, whatever, that's what I still have. So clearly something's right.
1,000%.
That's all that matters. Those 3 things right there. If you had to ask me what matters, I would say God, number 1. Family, I would have to put family. I wouldn't just say my kids, because my wife, with the kids at home.
Yeah, you're married though.
But
I'm not married.
I had a grandfather that was my rock.
So
my shipped
family,
me.
but the reason why I didn't say family is because when you're dealing with adults, it's easy to manipulate situations and relationships. And yes, I had rocks. My dad was my stone. And I was actually going to say that to you guys. Being girl dads, you got to tell them the truth. My father was so truthful with me. Like, he opened my eyes before, like, when I go through stuff now, it'd be easy breezy getting through it. Like, oh, my dad already told me about that. I'm cool. But back to the topic. Family's real tricky. But when you're an adult and you have grown teenage, young adults, and they still love and respect you, that goes this far. Because that was one thing that I was always nervous of losing. Like, my mom, I get to pick and choose who I want to be to her. Even, like, I was just having a conversation with her this weekend, telling her what she needs to do with my 2 siblings that feel neglected. Me and my brother, though, on the other hand, we don't. We don't need extra TLC, but they do. But I'm still going to be here with you because this is who I want to be as a woman to you, as my mother. But they get to pick and choose how they want to deal with me. So the fact that they still choose that, like, even with him, like, can you ride with me to drive home maybe if I'm too tired? Like, yeah, he don't care to be here. But he did it because he cared. Like, I still have that respect.
And you want to know one of the things that's brought my kids like, I have 17 and an almost 18-year-old daughter. I know when I already had my older daughter when I was 18. So now to look at my 17-year-old and 18 want to hang with me, you know what a lot of that came to be, though? I can't even take the credit. My LIUNA family. All the people that they've grown up around, they've created their own relationships with the wives, like your wife. And so many others' wives that, like, we're blessed because this truly has become our family, right?
Family.
And they've seen the relationships that we have within this organization, from people that still work out in the field for me, right? And then people that I work with on the administrative side, and their kids and their wives and the guys. My kids are comfortable to jump in the car with the guys and the kids, and hey, like basketball, I'm traveling. One of the guys that works with me give the kid a ride, pick up, drop off, like, and my kids are comfortable. We go on vacations together. We do things, and my kids want to come to parties or events or different things because they have their own relationship with this family.
How long have you been with LIUNA?
So 20 5 solid years, and
Since 2000.
when just before, and I say solid years because I was a fuck up. I was a street kid. I was running
It's easy to
around.
be a fuck up.
I was hustling. I was doing whatever to make money. I was definitely not a law-abiding citizen. I wasn't to the extreme,
Product of
but
your
I was.
environment.
I was one bad incident away from debt or being locked up because everything I did was right now for now. There was no tomorrow thought. Even having, and I had my daughter young, but even then I was still, we and her mom weren't together like from almost the beginning of that. And we were young, we were kids. And a lot comes into when you go to someone's senior prom and she's 9 months pregnant, right? So all of that kind of the resentment of life's being ruined or whatever you will at that point, which it wasn't, it was a blessing. But so I got into LIUNA because I was running the streets, I was screwing around, doing things, and I had an old school guys like you gotta, go down there and nah, that's not for me. Like I'm gonna get up, and the first job I worked on was the Everett Power Plant. It was just before 2000, and it was 7 days, 12 hours, and I'm leaving my house, my apartment, because I'd moved out of my mom's house at 17 when I graduated high school because I knew everything, and I've never gone back. But I got 7 days, 12-hour days driving up to Boston at this young age, and I'm looking at what I'm making. I'm leaving before the sun's up. I'm getting home, the sun's down. I'm like, forget this, ain't for me. Forget this. So one thing led to another, and I, left and went back to what I was doing because
You felt like you was missing something.
I was missing something. I was missing Friday night. I was missing Saturday night.
Right.
I was missing that quick hustle. I was missing, and I got to be honest with you. Had it not been for second and third and maybe fourth and fifth chances, I wouldn't be here. So why I take that into consideration, I've never forgotten my past, and I pray and hope that I always remain humble like I am and never forget my past and what brought me to where I am, because I try to use that same compassion, and a lot of times people may not deserve it, but I didn't deserve it.
Right.
And I just ended up in the right situation. So you said about how adults can kind of bullshit or change a situation. I was good at that. And I always got another chance and didn't deserve it multiple times. And then I can't even explain what it was or how it came to be. I ended up getting hooked up with the company. And when it was that it clicked for me, that, wow, this is a career. So if I take what I'm doing out there, that hustle and that drive and all of that, and I bring it over here, you could do great things. And I got hooked up with the company. The first day I showed up on the job, I walked up, my referral slip. I'm like, yeah, I'm hitting. The foreman's a guy that didn't call for a guy. You're laid off. You're laid off. I'm like, well, I'm here for the day. You got to pay me, so you might as well give me something to do. Right. And that went on for 3 days. He never gave me my check. 6, maybe 7 months later, he was working for me. And shit. All through, I got to be honest with you, and I can say it now, bullshit. Like I didn't know. I fake it till you make it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. And then this guy that I'm working for calls, and he's like, "We got a job. We want you to be the foreman. It's going to start in a few weeks." So I go meet him, and I'm like, "Foreman, I work out of the hall. I'm not, and things were different back then. It was, so I go, they give me these blueprints. Yeah, I got I didn't know how to read blueprints. I told him I did. You know what I did?
Yeah.
I went home, and I sat in my basement
And you
for
studied.
days. Days. There was no iPhone, none of that shit.
Couldn't
You had
go
a
on
flip
Google.
phone. No. Yeah, you went upstairs and you turned the IBM, the big monitor computer on. You tried to look shit up, but no. But I learned and taught myself how to read blueprints. And then even with that company, made mistakes that in today's day, there's no doubt you would not get another chance.
Yeah.
Whether it was something, physical or, just stupid things. Because again, and then it finally clicked. And I always, even though I was a company guy, I always maintained as a union person because I didn't forget how I got there.
Yeah.
I always remembered that day that guy basically told me you're canned to beat it. And that company didn't have an allegiance to me, even though it did. And I grew to be a fabric of that company. And the owner of that company is such a great, great union employer that when last year, when my little guy had to make his first communion, we first had to baptize him because he was never baptized. And the owner of that company is his godfather. And still, like, is been like a dad to me, taught me, and I grew through him, and then the opportunities, the way he taught me how to be as a person, to be humble, I was learning that at the same time by going to all the union meetings, and we're listening to all of the things there about community, about giving back, and a lot of people sit there, and I don't know what it took for me to understand that that's who I want to be. I want to be that person that can give back, that can go back and talk to people.
It takes a little while. Transition's not overnight.
And when it came, then it just got addictive of trying to help people.
Yeah.
Trying to go back and tell your story, like, and try to help people maybe avoid that gap. You don't have to go down that bumpy road. You can take this road here. It's a bumpy road because it's hard work, right? We know what laborers do.
Yeah, but it's kind of smooth. We smooth it out. Labor smooth the road.
We do.
So
We
it ain't
pave
as
it.
bumpy.
We pave it.
Yeah, exactly. We
it.
pave it.
So,
I mean, and what you said, he literally said these words to me a couple weeks ago because we were talking about an individual who got into the apprenticeship program, made it through, was out there, had the golden ticket, right? And hit some bumps in the road, fell out of the car, no longer on the road. And we talked about, hey, you know, this person came to me, they want another chance. And I said, I can't vouch for them at this point. I can't promise you that this is it, that they've learned, that they've grown. And he said those exact words, like, if someone didn't give me a second, a third, and that meant a lot to me because I feel like as a society, that's the catchphrase, second chances, right? Yeah. And it's like, you don't know what someone's going through externally, out of their control, where they are in life, people that are around them, influences, to just say that, oh, second chance and that's it, and you throw it all away. So, I mean.
you want to talk about how things come back? I'm going to tell you how crazy things come back. And you'll sit there and you'll say, I see it, like with this in my life, today, we have a high school in Cranston. Today, I became part of the board of this high school, the Construction Craft Laborers Apprenticeship Exploration School. Big deal? I mean, to me, it's a pretty big deal. No college, but here's that circle. This is the same school department that threw me out of school in high school that my mother fought with, had to go and try to scrape pennies to get a lawyer, for them to get a tutor, for me to just get that diploma. The same city, the same school department. And I've gone back to speak to graduating classes at their graduation. And today I'm part of the board of this school that is the same city, the same school.
Yeah. And
here it is to be. And you know what? Those words, whether you're here as an administrator, like I'm so blessed because I get paid to go tell my story, right? I try to recruit people. So I go and talk to individuals in a group setting, in a one-on-one setting, and I tell my story. And a lot of times when I go into different communities, whether I'm dealing with, you know, I'll go into the communities and you'll deal with individuals that are incarcerated currently. We go and talk behind the walls, or people that just got out of incarceration, or homeless, or running the streets. And I tell them, like, I might be dressed up, so just don't mistake this costume, because I can tell you stories of things that you're doing or did that I did the same thing. And here I am. So there is, if you want to put that down and pick this up, here you go. So, you know, when Marty Walsh was the mayor in Boston, he started Operation Exit. To me,
and building pathways.
That was building pathways. There's a lot of pre-apprentice programs, but the reason Operation Exit to me was it was such a real and raw, because they targeted high level, not entry level, high level gang members that they knew were influences in a particular area. And something happened that they had intelligence on whether the person was getting ready to be clipped, whether the person was getting ready to be taken down, and they'd go come up and say, we have this, 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 and this. You want an opportunity? Here's an opportunity. Today, you turn the page. You leave that behind. We're gonna turn the page and give you an opportunity, all in over here, all out over there.
Right.
And I can tell you how many people right
I know,
now
I see them
that
on
are
the
so
job
blessed.
site.
You see them in your
I see
local,
them
you
on the
see
job-
them on
I
the
know
job
them.
site. And I look at that and say, like, we need to do more of that.
Yeah, because a lot
Absolutely.
of people just
Absolutely.
need the opportunity.
They need an opportunity. So when I go and speak to these people and tell them, look, I'm you. I'm not looking at you as you're a female or the color of your skin. I'm looking at you as you're a laborer. You grew up with a similar path that I grew up. We might have grew up in different towns. We might have grew up in different circumstances. I wasn't a single mom. I was never a single dad.
But you was raised by a single
I
mom.
was raised by a strong single mom, and we had nothing. And we didn't end up in a shelter. We ended up in the project, and we ended up with nowhere to live. And a lot of what the result was because my dad was, we were living at my grandmother's where she wasn't supposed to have people living. They called up and dined us all.
That's crazy.
Nowhere to go. And then you find this where we are, the commonality that we all have, right?
Yeah.
So, to elaborate on what you're saying, I was just telling I reminded him that I had told him, he was like, when his dad first came home, when he did, wrapping up the 13 years, he was like, if Dad go back to jail, I'm never gonna deal with him again, like I'm not. And I said, you have to remember, that ambition is what got your father there. So when he come home, it's gonna be the same ambition that get him into something else. And he's actually a LIUNA brother, but that's neither here nor there.
Guess what?
But-
it is, because even though you may not be whatever, it is here nor there, because your kids, that just solidifies more of what LIUNA is. It's an
Absolutely.
opportunity.
I would agree with you there.
It's an opportunity, whether he's doing the
I would
right
agree
thing
with
with
you
it,
there.
he's not, I don't know him. I'm saying whether an individual is not, but it gives them the opportunity
I would agree with
to
you
be
there.
able to do the
LIUNA
right
gave
thing.
him, exactly.
To be able to be a
But even
citizen
getting
here.
back, yeah, even getting back to LIUNA, I've been in 12 years, and I'm starting to realize now. So I'm big on like trust and authenticity and genuine circles. And it was hard detaching from my childhood family and the neighborhood I grew up in. And now I'm starting to realize it's the LIUNA people that's feeding me now, that's watering my flowers. Like, it's not the people that I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's the LIUNA members. It's my union brothers and sisters. It's the people I'm on the job with. It's like, and it's actually blowing my mind.
And then you're off the job with them. You're choosing to
This is
hang.
what I'm saying.
But,
Even like
but
right
when,
now.
but when you said that, and like I don't know if y'all agree, but to both your points, like when you said, oh, the spouses, the kids, they're all
No,
cool.
yeah, that's what I wanted
feel
to
like
touch back on.
when once we're in groups, whatever the group is, even if it's a spouse, a child, a friend, they just know, like, you just have that feeling without saying it, like you understand that it's kind of like brothers and sisters in arms, right? Not risking life, defending the country, but it's on a different level. Like,
Right.
it's just
Building
this-
the country.
this automatic.
go.
We're building
Building
the
the
country.
country.
We deal with what we deal
Demoing
with.
and building.
You
But
see,
they understand your life, you understand theirs without even having to start the conversation.
Exactly.
You're already on this place.
Right.
the long days, the early mornings, the late nights, the
Yes.
cold winters, the hot summers, the being out there
So
together.
when I first got in, I told myself I wasn't
How?
gonna sleep with anybody.
Whoa, back.
Go ahead.
I want to know how you got in. How'd you turn your page?
All right. Can I say what I was gonna say and then answer that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when I first got in, I told myself I'm not gonna sleep with nobody in construction. I'm not gonna sleep with nobody that worked for Turner or from no other trades. Well, that's in LIUNA or any. And then I realized, it's all wrong. Because just like you said, the early morning, the late nights, the weather, It's too cold. Once I get off of work, I don't want to go out. It's too cold. Once I get off of work, I want to take a bath, go into bed, and watch TV till the next morning. And people don't articulate. They don't understand that. You only understand it if you're doing it. So I'm thinking, and even with the money we make, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I need to get somebody outside. No. Because now they're seeing me as a come up. I make too much. I say, I had a boyfriend, I said something to him, he's like, you got, who the fuck you talking about I got it? I'm the woman. I'm still the woman. But to answer your question, how I got in construction, the chase. So I already mentioned their father did Fed time. And I think, I believe my son, this part of my life is kind of like a blur. So me going back into it is like, but I was in school studying criminal justice. When I first signed up for school, my father got sick with cancer. I withdrew out my classes to go to all his chemo appointments with him. I drove him to every appointment, damn near. And then I withdrew out my classes. And then after that, when I went back to school, I was with their father, and it was rocky, but it was working. I was studying law and, in criminal justice. And then my sister got sick. But at this time, he started getting physical too. So, but when my sister got sick, I didn't withdraw. I just failed out of my classes. But she passed. And then he got snatched by the feds right after. He got snatched by the feds first, and then she passed. But meanwhile, all this was going on. He got snatched by the feds. I was already in the second shelter. I just kept hearing about building pathways. This girl became a plumber. This girl became an electrician. This girl became and I'm like, okay, clearly I don't have time. And I kept getting fired from all my freaking jobs because of little stupid misdemeanors I had. I didn't have felonies. No felonies.
I did.
He's like, I bet.
I did.
But I purposely.
But you want to know
But
what?
Joe, I
but you want to know
purposely
what
didn't
today?
get felonies.
But well, I wasn't that smart. I got the scars to prove it. But you want to know what today? Today, I don't have a record.
Good.
Nice.
I don't have a record. I was able to go through LIUNA with once the law changed, and I was able to get it removed. I was able to get it expunged because it was one felony. It was one instance. And it meant a lot to me. You know why? Because now LIUNA, the company I work for, they're sponsoring my kids' teams. And I'm not a sideline guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a sideline guy. So
Right.
I'm coaching. And then all of a sudden, a new director came in and said, oh, we got to do background checks.
But you didn't have a background now.
So we did, we had to do the background check, and I still did.
Oh.
And I'm like, so we do it, and he comes, he's like, I'm like, hold on a minute. You know me. You see me for the last 3 years. I've been out here coaching. I've been doing this. You see me in the community. You see he goes, I know you. He said, and I know, he goes, we're going to write a letter and what it is and this. And it was so important to me because I would never fill out the paper for chaperone at my kids' school to go to any of the things because I didn't want them to be embarrassed or for the school. The school knew me, but they didn't know me like this guy because here I am, I'm part of LIUNA. And we did so much stuff in the community. And when I wasn't just like, oh, we, the umbrella. I was there doing it because I love doing it.
Yeah.
Going and helping and do things with the kids or at the school or wherever we were. That was when I was out in the field. And when it came time to go and get the record expunged and go in front of the court, this individual who's not with us anymore passed away, but he was an individual that wrote a character reference for me. So he was like a community member that, all right, I'll give him a shout out. His son happens to be the coach for the Boston Celtics right now, youngest coach in the NBA. So his father was the athletic director, and he was one of the guys who wrote a reference for me. And I only knew him from LIUNA, being around, doing things in the community, and then me coaching the kids. And he wrote the reference as one of the people. And again, it all ties back to this. People ask me, like my kids, people out there, they're like, do you wear anything besides LIUNA? I'm like, my wife gets mad too. Like, we go out, obviously, but if I come home and like I'm dressed for work and I'll meet you, we're gonna grab dinner, I'll just meet you and we go in, I roll in, I got
I
LIUNA
just
shit.
got comfortable wearing LIUNA. I try not to wear Turner because I'm very temperamental. Every time I go to respond to some shit, I look at my fucking left side of my, like, ugh, this fucking
And that's
traffic, all that. Like, I know LIUNA, they protect us more. So I was blown away because, so I used to be a booster. And one of my first cases that I got when I first became a laborer, I don't even know how I got the LIUNA attorney, honestly, because I don't think I reached out to him. I think the Hall heard about it, and like, I don't know how it worked itself out. But when I tell you, it was wrapped up so quick, I was like, oh, this is really a thing. Like, they mean something. And it was actually at the Burlington Mall, and obviously we know the headquarters is out there.
Yeah.
And
The benefit
it got, the benefit, exactly.
But circle back, because you got me intrigued.
Okay.
So it was the misdemeanors getting in the way, keeping the jobs.
Oh yeah, misdemeanors. It was blowing my mind. But I had little jobs here and there, through temp agencies, just through references, people, and I could not keep the job. But it worked itself out because it wasn't meant to be kept, because I was meant to be here. And I don't know if you remember when we did the training, how my big sister that passed away, she passed away on November 15th. The guy that trained me from my union brother, he was a weirdo too. They thought I wasn't gonna be able to work with him. But you know, when you come from the hood, you can work with anything. But his birthday was November 15th. Then the first super I worked with, I'm on his job now, we built a rapport. They used to always make fun of me because he don't like people. Because he could see through people's bullshit. But he respected my work ethic. So he even now, he got 2 foremen on his job. The foreman and myself. He's paying extra to have me there. He don't have to have me there. But his father's birthday is June 16th. My birthday is June 16th. Like, it just tied itself, like you were saying.
My son's
All
June
of-
15th.
See what I'm saying? Even us
June
having this
14th.
conversation.
14th.
Oh, see what I'm
And
saying?
then my other
That's
son's June
crazy.
20th. Yeah.
Don't get me excited off
But
this.
and if you
a lot
don't
of
mind
Geminis.
touching on it, because I already know, because you told us before, when you talked about the boosting, you used, when you talked to me, female Robin Hood.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think it's important that you talk on that, because it wasn't just boosting for fun.
Oh, no,
And I
it definitely
think the
wasn't boosting for
reasons-
fun. I mean, I could have got into boosting designer. I could have got into credit card. I'm not out to hurt y'all. I'm not out to hurt my peers. But these corporations, don't even get me started. But as far as like just giving back, like, I know it's not giving back, and it might sound ridiculous to others, but it's giving back. I'm coming up watching everybody struggle for school clothes, but these are people that's working every day. Like, how to as soon as and I understand, like, you working, you get cut off certain benefits. It's understandable, but you give too much benefits to people that are just doing nothing. It's just so
And working people gotta jump through
contradicting. Like,
hoops.
yeah, it's like the people that are trying, you don't give shit to.
You actually
But-
take them taxes.
Yeah,
you
like,
actually
it's
take.
just, but yeah, so I definitely started boosting because both of my parents was on crack at one time, and we didn't have certain things. Like, literally, the first case I caught was stealing feminine products. Like, that's literally my story. Like, who the
You were
fuck?
stealing because you had to.
Clearly.
You had to survive.
Now,
so there's a
as I got
difference.
older, I didn't have to.
Right.
And it kind of stagnated me because I should have had credit, this and that. And it wasn't until I started getting told no. I had the money, but I didn't have the credit.
You
till
have
it
the
was
job,
like-
but not the career.
Exactly. Well, I didn't even have the job. 'Cause
No,
I
but
kept
you
getting
did.
fired.
But I'm
I
saying
was
to put it
trying
in
to.
perspective, you
Yes.
had that means for today. You didn't have
Yes.
tomorrow.
Exactly.
And what LIUNA gives every one of us
Exactly.
is tomorrow.
Exactly.
Right? If that guy upstairs, who I know how I feel,
Mm-hmm.
how blessed we are. If he gives me my health, my tomorrow is brighter than my today.
Absolutely.
When it comes that time to retire, and I don't know that I ever will because
So I just love the fact that you keep bringing up LIUNA because you have more than 20 plus years and I'm getting there. And I told you, like
How
I
many
said
years
to y'all,
you
12, going on 12.
How about you? How
12.
many years you been in? Heck,
got? 11.
11.
Okay, so we all there.
Damn, I'm old.
But I feel like LIUNA is different from the other trades.
Oh, it is.
I don't care what anybody tells me.
No, there's no,
Like,
and I respect every trade.
Me-
I respect because we
As
need
well,
each
me
other.
as well.
And you know what? I wish we could all have a little more unity out there because we're stronger together. But, and I'll say it on record and I'll say it everywhere, there's no trade that is so family oriented,
Like
that is
LIUNA.
so community driven. And a lot of trades do great things out in the community. So
Yeah.
I'm not knocking a trade.
Not
But
at
I
all.
see what we do.
Yeah.
For just, and I'm not saying what this organization does and how it prides itself on giving so much back to the
Joe,
community.
when I got vested, I told myself I was going to stop and go into the plumbers. I couldn't. I was just too embedded. Like I was too comfortable.
I would never change where I made it. I might have changed the path if I could still have the same result. Maybe save my mom.
Never can.
Maybe save my mom a little heartache, right? But I would never, ever for anything change where I am. And it sounds cliche, but
No.
at this point, my kids see and they know why I do what I do and why here we are sitting here tonight. We just came from a community event, giving backpacks out like you guys have all done.
Authentic can't be cliche.
And being, but to be able to reach the little me's that are out there, and maybe even if it's just one here or there that it clicks with and it resonates, and they actually come and say, you know what, I can be that, I can do that, then it's all worth it. It's all worth it. I'm going to be honest. When I left that company that I spoke of and came into the administration, I lost a lot. I gave up a lot financially. It's all come back. But what has come back that is irreplaceable, right? Priceless, is the opportunities, the relationships that I've created, that family, how it grew, my kids' family. And I know that, you sometimes as parents, we think of what happens if I'm not here. I know I do. Right?
We all do.
I think of like what happens, and maybe back then there was that maybe a real small group of people, maybe a few, that I know my kids could rely on. And I'm not talking about for the first 6 months, because there's a lot of people that come around. I'm talking about rely on for life,
Right.
for to be there, to support.
Who's going to install your morals?
Who's
into
going to
your
make
kid?
sure that they're there,
Yeah,
that they're
yeah.
protecting? I have brothers that are great, that I have siblings, but I'm saying like the people that are really going to help them in life to understand what, and now I know that the
No,
key
that's-
people that would be there is my LIUNA
No,
family.
that's totally understood because I had a conversation with my siblings when I first moved to Norwood. This is the first apartment I got out of the shelter. And I told them, I'm the go-to person. I'm the go-to sibling. And if anything was to happen to me, they was like 7 and 4.5 at the time. If anything was to happen to me, I wouldn't trust my kids with none of y'all. But now that I'm with LIUNA, I honestly feel like somebody's gonna be like, yo, reach out to Nina. Get him in LIUNA. Get him in
100%.
laborers. Get Nina. Where her daughter, I swear.
I
and I'm
could
not
tell you
knocking
right
my
now.
siblings.
I could tell you right now, 100%, and I hope it never has to happen.
Me as well.
But if it does, I give you my word, they got a big brother here forever. And that's not just because we're sitting
Don't make me
here.
cry.
He knows me. That's how I feel. And that's because of what I've been given here. I know if something happened to me, my kids now
good.
and forever would have a relationship with your business manager who's in another state.
Absolutely.
I'm from Rhode Island. You're from
Absolutely.
Boston.
Absolutely.
I don't see division lines. LIUNA, they would have relationships with my friends
Absolutely.
from New York.
Right.
And I'm not even belittling the relationships that they have with the Rhode Island people, my core people.
Right.
I'm saying I know the people that
It's extended.
that I've come close with. Your business manager, these rank and file members of your local, many other places that my kids will have relationships with. If I'm not here and in 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, when they go to get married, I can guarantee you that room's gonna still be made up of a third of LIUNA people. And I know that because, not because I'm
Exactly.
saying it, because I know my kids and I know these people, how solid. So to me, what we all have in each other, and you know what a lot of it comes from and how a lot of it stems and spores? Right here. And not necessarily what we're doing today, because this is a one of a kind right now for us, right?
Absolutely.
It's one of many, many more, I could tell already, just because of the authenticity and the passion that's here. So this is gonna be one of many. And there's gonna be many people sitting here telling their stories, but of us sitting here connecting like this, I knew you were my sister before. I didn't know you.
No, I
But
got
now
it.
today,
I understand.
it's
Understood.
different. And
Yeah.
Hector, me and Hector, we're boys. Now we're brothers. It's different. And you know, outside of the podcast or outside of sitting there and trying to maybe do it for an audience, this happens all the time. So when we get to travel and we go to things, people think it's a vacation. No, we go to things and we'll go to an event, whether it's the RISE training that him and I went to, that first organizing growth conference in RISE, and we went together. Our bond grew much closer. We were the first two people from New England, so we went together and did this. But then not only was our bond growing more solid and bigger, the people that we met there from all other parts of the country, we might have formed, it might have been one or two good relations while we were there that since then have grown into this. And I'm talking about people that he had relations with in California.
Into
that
brother and
now,
sisterhood.
that now I have these relations with these people from California. When the
Absolutely.
fires are going on, we're texting back and forth. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Can we do anything for you here? What's up? When there's a storm here or there's something going on, the same thing. And so when we go to these different things and there's an agenda and there's things and then there's some downtime, that downtime is used for this. And all it does is when we grow together and when we have that bond and we share our stories, we further the agenda of LIUNA. And to
Hold
me,
that right there. That's a perfect segment.
Exactly.
Because I want to end this differently. And so I want to give each one of the three of you your chance to take your parting shots. He just said it. Lord willing, this is the first of many, right? First of many episodes. I think this needs to be heard. Our members need to be seen. So I can't ask every single group that comes on here, what is LIUNA giving you? And I can't hear pension, annuity, wages, healthcare, or it's going to be the same repetitive. So I'm going to switch it. Each one of you, your parting shot. Who are you now as you sit here because of LIUNA? Or LIUNA in part, encompassing your children, your family, LIUNA when that page turns. So not the benefits, not the nut. Who are you as you sit right here? Because LIUNA now has your story. Heck.
I'm more consistent, I'm responsible. LIUNA, I'm now a homeowner, for the past like 5 years now. It's just the past 3 years I locked in crazy because I haven't been working on. I was on nights for like 5 of the 11 years or whatever. So I locked in crazy on just giving back and anything I could do. Like we had a backpack giveaway last Friday as well. Well, I don't know if yours was on Friday, but we had a backpack giveaway out there in Framingham at the elementary. And I just feel like I'm a bigger person, bigger heart. And it's all because of LIUNA, to be honest
What are you
with you.
telling young Heck right now that wasn't sure which way it was going?
Stop being get out of your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? definitely stuck and had that crab in the barrel type of effect going on in Brockton and stuff. And freaking, I met, well, I might as well say it now. I met Walt when I was like 17. We was in a school, trade school together or whatever. And we was cool. And he had his plan ready. Like, oh, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get in the union. Blah blah blah. We was in cement masonry. That's what we took. That was the voc we took. And he was like, yo, when I get out of here, heck, like you just hit me up and I got you. And I'm just like, all right. I get out. I'm getting my money my way. You know. Didn't really. I couldn't see myself in that light. So. After my last case or whatever, and I was having my son, that's when I was like, "Yo, bro, something gotta give." And I was scared because he had back surgery in our early 20s, and I'm like, "Bro, I don't know about all that," but it's been smooth ever since. And I'm mad at myself for taking so long to.
Yeah, but again, every moment has its place, right?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Shit, who am I now? A grown-ass woman. I keep telling myself that now. And I was just talking to my son about living in the present. And what LIUNA have allowed me to experience and accomplish, I would have never seen it. Even like being a foreperson, I said to my my boss, like, I spoke for Turner because they sponsor Building Pathways. And I'm like, what did you see in me? Because at the time, I'm in survival mode. I'm feeling broken, depleted, and you make me a foreperson. Like, I know I'm a hard worker, but more responsibility is not. But it just grew me. The support, the family orientation, and I'm big on that. Like, I need to know I'm around people that can give back into me because I'm definitely gonna give into y'all. Just like you said, whatever you need. If one of y'all call me like, yo, go pick up one of my kids, you don't gotta ask twice. I'm gonna go do it. If y'all call me, if anything that I'm capable of doing is getting done. No questions asked. And I'm so tired of being around people that can't give back. Like, but with LIUNA, when I tell you it completed me in a whole different way, I can't really articulate it yet because I'm still going through it. But LIUNA completed me in a whole different way. Like, it feeds me and it's watering my flower. And along with being with Turner as well. But LIUNA, because regardless of whether I'm with Turner, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And even my bosses, they're like, you're going to a training. I'm like, yeah. They're like, we don't have you scheduled for. I'm like, oh, this is LIUNA. This has nothing to do. This is. But anyways, and the second question was,
What are you telling little Chante?
oh, that's actually crazy that you asked that. Because as a grown woman, I keep telling little Chante, like, it's okay. You're no longer that person. And LIUNA helped me get there. Like, I'm no longer the daughter of the crackheads. I'm no longer the little girl that don't have shit. It's the only one running around without nothing. I'm no longer the fucking baby's mother of this asshole that can't pour into nothing, no ever, like, that's emotionally closed off. I'm no longer her. Like LIUNA allowed me to forget all that and to step into the present and say you are that grown woman that created a career, that raised your children, that gave your kids belief, that gave, like, my son and my daughter, they like the respect they have for me. And it's because of LIUNA. Literally, I was purposely being manipulative. I would come home after chipping. Like, who you talking to? You see what I did to feed y'all today? You're not talking to me. You don't get the choice to disrespect me. This is something some man should be doing. Even though women could do it, of course, because I did it. But like I used to show them the videos of my hard work. Like, no, y'all don't get to act out. Y'all don't get to feel privileged. Like, this is how I'm busting my ass. And if I'm busting my ass to this extreme, you're going to respect me to this extreme because this is for y'all. Mm-hmm. And LIUNA did that. Yes. Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
100%.
Most definitely.
But, yeah, that's what, yes. John.
I'm all of that.
Follow that up.
I'm all of that.
I think he was touching it the whole time.
I'm all of that. I'm all of that.
Yeah.
I'm the dad I am, and you know what? I still make mistakes. You ask my kids, I don't know nothing about nothing, but I'm all of that. I'm all of that. LIUNA has showed me what a real community is. You know, there's a saying when you in LIUNA, when we have these jobs and people think these jobs are different because we're not hitting the rivet buster no more, and I did that, and we're not pouring concrete, and we're not lugging forms, and we might not be working nights. These jobs are different. These jobs don't shut off. These jobs are a calling, right? And you taking the next steps to be RISE members, to be here, to tell your story, to help the little Chantes out there, right? To help the little Hectors out there. So that's what I am. I'm part of the community. I'm helping, trying to build, not just LIUNA, but trying to build people's faith back up that there are good people, there are good things. So all of this I've learned from what I've seen this union do for people and advocate for people and fight for people, the tireless fight. You know, the business managers going to these meetings and us going to these meetings at night and town hall meetings and talking and trying to really make sure that the projects get over the top so we can have more opportunities to bring more young people, to go into the prison, to bring people. So what am I today because of LIUNA? I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm eternally grateful to be able to, my kids are good. If I die today financially, my kids are good. They'll be okay because of LIUNA, because of what I've been able to earn. But they're more importantly, the work ethic that they have because of what they've seen me do and the compassion that they will have for people because of what they've seen me do to help people try to get the opportunity that I was given that I probably didn't deserve. That's what I am today because of LIUNA. And what would I tell little Joe? Smarten the fuck up and listen. That's it. Yeah. And outside of that, I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to you for being here and sharing the stories.
We're grateful to you. Like
same
you a real big dog. Like, and if nobody don't know, when Artie, that's why I asked you that question in the text when you said he was showing up. I said, "What are we wearing?" Because I only see this guy in suits.
Right.
And when big business is going on.
No.
Right.
You know the favorite part of my job, and I know we're wrapping up, and I know we're at the end. The favorite part, the best part of my job is to do this, to interact with the young members, to talk to the young members. I love hanging with the big dogs, like you said. I love doing that stuff. But if I had to pick, every day you can choose to go in that boardroom and hang there, or to go to this meeting, or to go to this event, or you could be and deal with the people and be out there reaching. I don't want to be back on a construction site. I'm getting old. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. I'm not scared, but I don't want to lie. But if you ask me what the best part of my job, and when I go home at the end of the day and I feel real good, it's when I interacted with a young member or a potential. I talked to one of the pre-apprentice groups and I was able to reach someone that really was lost, or you help put someone on the path. Hands down.
So to get back to that though, before we wrap up, that's another reason why I love LIUNA, because the security, like I said, is more strong and authentic than other. Like, when I tell you, when I'm on a job site and I think about doing something, the one thing that stopped me is I only been with Turner. So I'm still on Turner's Jobs, and I'm like, they have the no violence. But if I wasn't a Turner person, I definitely know LIUNA got me. Like, and not to say I'm gonna do something extreme, but the disrespect I know I don't have to tolerate because I know my higher ups don't and wouldn't want me to.
No shot.
So that's another reason why I feel like I'm such a part of and so appreciative of LIUNA because you're not walking over. Who you walking over? Like, who you playing with?
Yeah.
Like, and that comes from my childhood and my dad. So I feel like this is really just embedded, like, it's just like where I'm supposed to be. Like,
It is where you're supposed to be.
and
I can tell you. It's where you're supposed to be.
I appreciate
But let me
all-
say one thing. There's no way that we're gonna wrap this up and let you get away without answering those two questions.
okay, exactly.
Where are you now today because of LIUNA and little Artie running around, rapping? What would you tell him?
So I would tie the two together, and right. So part of my love for music, or the majority of my love for music, was the connection to people, reaching people, seeing that response. Maybe someone resonates with a certain song for a different reason. LIUNA's given me that, right? And I wouldn't have imagined that in a career. Being able to, again, be here in this moment, be in our classes together, grow together, bounce off each other, right? Share with each other, open up. So again, I feel like that's me taking, and that's why I try to give back as much as I can, and I think it's allowed me to hopefully, I don't want to say, I would say facilitate people, right? Like just try to be a vessel to one another, to each other. But then I would say to little me, you were writing the soundtrack to your future, right?
Hey, there you go.
But-
Still
I like
dropping
that.
bars.
I like that.
This
I
guy.
appreciate all three of you. It's been my privilege. This is the first episode of Unlaced,
Yes,
presented
sir.
by the New England region.
Unlaced,
Okay,
thank you,
okay.
Danny Bianco, Chris Abertoni, and the rest of the New England region
Absolutely.
for
Appreciate
having
you.
the faith in Arthur and allowing us to tell our story and making us the people that we are. Feel the power, baby.
Yes.
That part.
Salute.
Salute, everybody. God bless LIUNA, and God bless you all.
Strong.
That's a wrap.